Hello, welcome to lesson number 9 of this training. Today's lesson we are going to look at ellipse. And now ellipse is such a wonderful shape to draw, especially when you are using Coreldraw. Now, if we look at our toolbar, now just beneath the rectangle tool which we've treated, you will see ellipse. So this one that I'm pointing at. And don't forget, I told you when we were on the tour that whenever you see this black triangle beneath the icon, it means it's more than 2 stuffs that are in that box. So if I now click on this box, you see that we have 2 things. That's the 3-point ellipse tool and just the ellipse tool. And as you can see, the shortcut is right beside the icon once you place your mouse and keep the cursor right there. So it's F7. So if you just want to go direct to ellipse, then you press the F7 button on your keyboard. So are you ready? So just like the rectangle, all you have to do is come and select. So once you select the icon by clicking left clicking on the icon, you see this cross and you see the sign of the ellipse. Now we can't call it cycle because actually cycle will be like the square of a rectangle where all the sides, meaning the height and the width, are the same. So let's quickly check this one out. If you click and drag, you have the ellipse shape. Now the shapes depends on how you move your mouse on your table. As you can see, if I shift it to the right, this is what I have. If I shift it towards here, this is what I have. Bring it down, it's up to you depending on what you want. But let me just keep this one so that I'll draw a perfect cycle now. So if I let go my mouse, this is how it will remain. Now if you come here, just like we did with that of rectangle, if you want to maintain a perfect cycle, to have a perfect cycle, the same thing, just press your control key on the keyboard, then you click and drag, and you will see that you have a perfect cycle. So like I said, always let go the mouse first before you let go the control, or else everything will be out of control. So as it is now, I'm lifting my fingers off the control and you see the effect, you see, and if I press it down, it comes back to perfect cycle, off and on. So for me to maintain it, I have to let go my mouse first, then I let go the control key, and I will have my perfect cycle. So if I want to change the position, if I want to scale it down, if I want to rotate, all I need is my pick tool to carry on. So just like I said, the shortcut is to press your space bar, or you come here and click the pick tool. So but there's something very, very remarkable when it comes to the ellipse. Now if you check up here, you see that we have the ellipse, we have the pi, and we have the arc. So these are the ones. This is the arc, this is the pi, and this is the ellipse. So now if you want to draw a pi, if you click on the ellipse, then you come here, you click and you drag. So can you see? So this is now a pi. We can call it an ellipse. So, and if you want to increase and decrease the shape, just like the Pac-Man, you see the values here. So if I'm clicking this, you see that it's closing, and when I'm doing this, it's opening. And you can do it the other way, because this one you are controlling this node, and if you come up here, if you start moving it, you are controlling the other nodes. So if I continue like this, and you see, so now it's looking like a Chinese fan. So that is how you use I don't know what you are using it for. You may use it for like a pie chart and all that. So a time will come when designing that you will have to use this ellipse as pie or as an arc. So if you want it to be an arc, then you come here and select the arc. So as you can see, it automatically changed to an arc. So if I click and drag now, and I say I want it to be an arc, that is how it will remain. Now the same thing, if you want to decrease and increase the opening of the arc, then all you have to do is to come here and change the value. As you can see now, if I click the other way around, you can see there's this opening. So one very big trick here is, for instance, now let me just select all of this, right click and say delete, right? So as this one is now, let me resize, because all this is part of practical and I hope you understand what I'm doing, because we've treated that. All right, so now quickly, if you check here, if I zoom using my mouse, you see that we have a node here. You see, once I come here, you see a small square. So let me zoom back again. So regardless of my zooming in or zooming out, you still see at the top that we have this like a small square. So if you come to the square, right, you click it and move inside. Just drag, click your mouse, your left click, place your finger in there, then drag the square towards the inside. That's inside of the ellipse. Now look at what will happen. You see, it automatically changed to a pi. So once I let go, you see that it's now a pi. So let me hold it back and you see what so I will come here, click and drag inside. Can you see I'm increasing the mouth, clicking and dragging. So once I let go, you see, so that's the magic of Coreldraw. So, and if I want it to be an arc, not a pi, now I just need the outside line. Let me just put it this way. So I will come to this or this, anyone you select, you click. Now if you remember, I said for you to get a pi, you have to shift your mouse towards inside. Now for you to get an arc, you shift it outside. So once I click and drag, you see it's now an arc. So you can come to this side again, click, push your mouse towards up, then you rotate. So when I let go, this is what I have. And the same way I can bring it back to my ellipse, only if I click and bring my mouse towards the inner part of the arc, then it will now turn to a pi. Then by the time I close it, I have to be very careful. Then once I let go, then it will continue, because now there's a little gap. That's why it's not alright. So once you get it right, then you get back your ellipse. So just like I said, if you really want to expand or resize it from the center, let me just remind you of that. Press your Control and your Shift key, then by the time you want to draw, you see that you are drawing from the center. So I hope you can see that. All right, so that is how you can work with how to use your ellipse tool. So it's on arc, that's why you see this. Let me bring it back to ellipse, because sometimes if you are not sensitive, your movement can change it to arc, pi and the ellipse. So just to let you know, so as you can see now, my selection was on is now on the ellipse, not the pi. So now I have my perfect cycle increasing and decreasing on this side. So as usual, I let go this before I let go this, and that is all. So thank you for staying with me in this very lesson. So we have a lot of package for you. Stand by and let's meet at lesson 10. Thank you very much.